Gary was in some ways sort of a bureaucrat for the British. He did some good things, like we're saying, pre-independence. And then he comes into power in 1974 when they get independence, and he kind of sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
Like, we learn, that a lot of the older people in Grenada, they like him because this is better than what they had before. But the guy is convinced that he is sent by God to rule Grenada. So if you criticize him, you're criticizing the will of God. And he runs, what was that?
I was going to say it has parallels to Kanye, but is very different from Kanye. He says it all out loud. Like, he will make a speech and end it with, like, and my will is the will of God. That's it for me, your president.
I mean, I would not be surprised if, like, Kanye just has a rainy day on Wikipedia and then he just becomes an Eric Gary enthusiast out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just, like, obsessed.
But the thing is, like, when was the last time Kanye worked? At least Eric Gary was like a union agitator for decades.
Yeah.
These are all benefits in my new comparison, Eric Gary versus Kanye. A discussion many are having.
Finally.
Well, so one of the ways that he consolidates his power on the island is through what are called mongoose gangs, which goes back to the 50s, the name, because there were some guys on Grenada who were commissioned to kill the island's mongoose population because they were a menace to the people of Grenada. And then they stick around and they work for...
They were killing all their pet cobras.
Yeah. And so they work for Eric Gary, and they're used to stamp out political opponents.
Wait, okay, so the guys that were originally just mongoose hunters...
Mongoose hunters.
They're just hanging around, and then people go, well, can we just hire you to fight people instead?
They get them back up.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy.
They get the boys back together. But this time, the mongoose is man.
I love, like, the origins of any paramilitary thing like that, because it can literally be like, yeah, like, we were hired to fight rats, Or, like, bunch of garbage men, then it's like, what if... these group of people I don't like are the garbage. Go crazy.
Hey,
yeah.
You're pretty good at throwing that bag by the top of its holster there. What if instead of throwing the trash into a truck, you threw this woman off of a cliff?
It's just like, it's so easy to transfer those skills. Like,
yeah.
They're just like, all right, whatever.
Right.
We need whoever owns gloves. Get them together. What could mongooses possibly do to be that much of a public burden?
They just messed with like the ecosystem, I think, or like crops. Yeah, they were no good. They're nuisances. They're not nice. They don't really contribute much to
Folks,
the environment.
mongooses, they're not nice. They get the nice. Everyone thinks they're so cool, but they actually hold burden on many people. Good people.
Did you know Australia fought an entire war against emus and lost to the emus?
In what way did they lose to the emus?
So, like, while they were just trying to make humans exist in Australia, there's a bunch of fucking emus walking around, and, like, an emu is a thing that, like, you shoot it with a gun, but it's 90% feathers, so, like, the bullet just flies through, like, a part of its head that doesn't have, like, a skull in it.
Wow.
Oh, what the
That's
fuck?
freaky.
It's crazy. There's fucking this crazy, like, war that no one talks about because it's, like, a war against emus or whatever. But, like...
It is forbidden.
There's all these veterans of this war in Australia that are, like... there's like people that are like missing eyes and shit because a fucking emu pecked it out, and they're just like, yeah, I went down trying to fight a fucking emu. Like, this is like 100 years.
Emus, any large bird is going to be a real threat in a one-on-one confrontation.
Dude, they're fucked up, and like you can't. Apparently, okay, so I listened to a whole fucking thing about this emu war thing, but apparently, like the what I got out of it, the only way to kill an emu is to shoot it like in the back of the head from behind while its mouth is closed. That's the only way you can kill an emu. Otherwise,
while its mouth is closed?
Yeah, like it has to have its mouth
That's
closed.
hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
Otherwise, it'll like shake around and turn around and fucking peck your eyes out and turn you into a pirate.
What if you get it in the midsection?
No, it won't. Like, that's the thing. They fucking tried to use like
Don't even try.
rifles against these birds, and they just, for whatever reason, the mass amount of feathers just fucks up any bullet's trajectory when it tries to go in.
You're not going to hit the emu. You're just going to make it angry.
Yeah.
Wow. So
that's how you become a wounded Australian veteran.
I wonder who would win, an emu or a mongoose?
An emu.
One
An
on
emu
one.
would definitely win. They're so much larger.
I'm putting my money on emu, but I don't know.
I have the mongoose Wikipedia up right now because I was looking to investigate this to its conclusion here. And the mongoose, I mean, if you're looking at the ones in Southern America, I mean, they're not looking like they're bigger than 20 pounds.
Mongoose is like
compared
a
to an
weasel.
emu.
But they were
Come on,
pests. They were pests. They would just annoy people, and
yeah, I mean, like it would be like if you had way too many raccoons in your area, it would be a problem.
Yeah, so they paid these guys to kill mongooses, and to prove that they killed them, they would have to bring their tails back to the government to get paid.
Very cool.
It's a bit morbid.
So Eric Gary employs these guys, and meanwhile, in 1973, just before independence, the New Jewel movement starts up, and that
New Jewel. No more Eric Gary.